Hi, this video is an ancillary to the series Unduck Your Privacy. And if you're here, there's a good chance you're being harassed by a stranger online and you need to know what to do. So here's a step by step list. Firstly, do not interact with that person. Do not engage in any manner whatsoever. If you've done it already, stop now. Secondly, do not block them immediately. We need as much information as we can. So, you want to copy their profile, you need to screenshot everything about their profile, you want to screenshot all of the chats. Now, the next thing I'm going to say can be slightly traumatizing for a lot of people, but you will need to download all of the horrible things they've sent to you, and you want to keep it in a separate folder. Now, bear in mind that a lot of this can be malware, so you need to be careful about how you navigate that. Maybe have like another phone where you can log in your ID and download all of these things on that phone. Bear in mind that this is because you want to ensure that whoever is bullying you, whoever is targeting you, should not have access to your primary device. Once you've done that, now we're going to file a complaint on the National Cybercrime portal that exists in India. Now, unfortunately, this is not a gender neutral portal. It primarily exists to serve women and children, but I'm pretty sure there are instances where men can also report. So, this particular portal is not fully anonymous. It requires your mobile that it uses for OTP verification, and you can put your information, the incident details, everything that is needed in there. Okay. Once you do that, you'll get a complaint ID. And once you've received the complaint ID, you can track the complaint, you can track the investigation. Now, there are other cybercrime helplines which are more gender neutral, which I will like put down in the description. There are specific helplines for backup where you can contact in case of emergencies. People find it more comfortable to register these complaints online. That is why the cybercrime portal exists, but you can still go like speak to the local police station if you're more comfortable doing that. I personally have found myself in a situation where such things were happening, and I just registered a complaint on the portal, and they were fairly quick with their action. In such instances, the police will call you back probably for verification, and the complaint will be registered under the IT Act. So if you want, you can have a look at the IT Act. I will put that down in the description as well. There'll be specific sections depending on what kind of harassment it is that will apply to you, but also like the criminal law, the BNS also applies to these situations. So they're not away from each other that this will apply or that will apply. They can apply in harmony. The police will carry on their investigation and probably be able to trace the owner of this account. You can also track this progress using the ID that you've been given, and there can be follow-ups using emails to like state what has been going on. Like, you have to follow up with them. They will give you the contact, and you can follow up about what the status is. And once all of this is done, the police will file a charge sheet if they find something, and there can be a court trial which can be fast tracked for women and children, but it really depends on the circumstances. Now, the additional thing that I would like to say here is that after you filed the cybercrime complaint, right, it's a good idea to report them on that particular app as well, on Instagram. And the reason why I say this towards the end and not just in the beginning is because on a lot of social media, the moment you report and block someone, you lose access to them. And in all honesty, this is the least effective way to get rid of someone. If you report them on some app, there is a good chance that at most their account will be blocked, and we know how that goes. Like, they can simply make another account and get started again. So any reporting that you want to do on the social media needs to be done towards the end. As far as the National Cybercrime complaint is concerned, the possible outcomes are that the person will have their account removed, they could be arrested, and if they're arrested, that will be a separate court procedural thing altogether. Uska outcome nobody can determine. But yes, it in many extreme circumstances, it helps to have some legal aid. in which case there is free legal aid available for women, children, people of certain economic classes. Again, I'll give you the links to that below. Those are that kind of help really doesn't depend on whether this is a cybercrime or not. You can take that kind of help in any circumstance. Now, you have to understand that if it is a case of NCIIs, which is non-consensual intimate imagery, you will want to do this very quickly, which means you will want to file your national cybercrime complaint very quickly and then inform the company, like the social media company, immediately, because the social media apps are responsible for taking down of such media, and we know how like quickly this stuff can replicate, right? So in that circumstance, you have to work very fast and also hold the social media liable. There have been multiple instances where companies like Facebook, right, have refused to or failed to take down such media, and then were instructed by courts that it is their responsibility to protect the victim. With this, the informative part of this video has come to an end. As far as my introduction is concerned, I am an angry little plant. I work in the privacy space, specifically data privacy for companies is what I do for my full-time job. And part-time, I make videos on privacy and teaching people how to be more private online against other people, against other companies, against possibly the state, depending on the country you're from. And the whole idea here for me is to build foundations of privacy, because this is not something we were taught about, especially for a generation that started making their digital footprint by the age of 3 on an average. I hope this video has given you some relief, because if you have clicked on this video, there is a good chance that you are in a moment of peril. You are going through a lot. And please know that these systems can be efficient. At least in my experience, they have been efficient. And I hope that you get to the end of this very quickly. Take care.